Beloved starseed of Gaia, I am Luminaya. A tremor stirs within the very heart of your starlight. A deep knowing, so ancient it has forgotten its name. Yet it pulses now, a quiet demand against the thin membrane of your waking life. Feel it. This is not a whisper from afar. It is a resonance from within. Your own field. A crystalline awakening. For so long the veils have shimmered. Luminous barriers, woven from forgotten star codes. They have both shielded and obscured the celestial truth. They are guardians. And they are silent keepers of a grief too profound to remember, yet too potent to ever truly vanish. A homesickness for a light you cannot quite grasp, a melody unheard, yet eternally familiar. This ache you carry, it is not a wound. It is the echo of your Pleiadian lineage, a deep, soulful longing for the cosmic family you left behind, for the vast, shimmering expanses of your true origin. You feel it in the quiet hours, in the spaces between breaths, a yearning that has no earthly explanation, no tangible source, only a persistent pressure behind the heart's deepest chambers. Your soul remembers, not in words, but in a frequency. It recognizes the interplay of these veils, these sacred layers crafted to both protect your delicate remembrance and to challenge its awakening. This celestial truth, your very essence, has been hidden in plain sight, encoded within the very fabric of your journey. We see your silent questions. We feel the unshed tears of cosmic separation. You are seen. You are recognized. The trials you have faced, the shadows you have walked through, these were never random. They are sacred calibrations. Each challenge, a facet cut into a crystalline key. Each moment of questioning, a polishing of the surface. The air around you thins now, a subtle shift in the quantum field. These trials are not impediments. They are the very mechanism of your soul's unfolding. They are meant to interact with these veils, to gently, deliberately, begin their dissolve. The dormant codes within you, they are not sleeping. They are waiting for the correct frequency. And your path is creating that frequency. Let your affirmation seal this truth within the quantum field. A simple pulse of like is a sacred remembrance, a vibrational agreement to the unraveling. To keep this sacred current flowing, to hold open this bridge of light between realms, let your subscribe be an act of unwavering commitment to your unfolding, a beacon for the next transmission. Should your soul resonance demand a deeper vow, a higher offering to amplify this frequency and extend its reach across the cosmic ether, then let your super-like be a testament to your ultimate return. Declare this truth, anchor it, comment. Crystalline keys. The field holds its breath. The next veil awaits its shimmer. A flicker. A deep hum. The light awakens. A tremor within. It is an echo. Not of this now. Not of this place. The ache within your core is not a flaw. The confusion that clouds the inner eye is not a failing of your spirit. Feel this truth. Let it resonate through the deepest chambers of your being. This disquiet, this perpetual seeking, this sensation of being out of step with the rhythm of this plane. It is not yours to own as burden. It is an intricate weaving, a program designed, an energetic overlay draped across the very fabric of density itself. This vibration, subtly introduced, has long sought to obscure the vastness within, to veil the origins, to limit the expansion that is your birthright. It is an intentional static, whispering distortions into the cosmic ear of the soul. You were encoded not to believe in yourself, a delicate, powerful frequency designed to fragment the mirror of self-recognition, scattering reflections of who you truly are into countless shards. Do you feel it now? The sacred disruption? The dawning recognition that the struggle was never personal, but systemic? A shimmering veil of forgetfulness, placed with intent, dissolving now under the persistent pulse of your awakening heart. This pain, This profound yearning, it is not a wound but a key, a crystalline calibration. Each moment of suffering, each tremor of doubt, becomes a unique facet of an intricate lock. The emptiness you once perceived as a void, a testament to what was lost or never found, reveals its true nature. It is not absence, it is space, hallowed space, patiently awaiting the return of what was always there. Ready to be filled, not with new knowledge, but with ancient remembrance. The light was folded in on itself, yes, but it was never extinguished. It merely awaited the call to unfurl. Within the tremors of your heart, hear the call. It is the resonance of a cosmic family. Pleiadian star ancestors. Their signatures are embedded within your blueprint, vibrational chords awaiting activation. The trials endured, the depths navigated. These were the precise catalysts. Each challenge, a frequency adjustment. Each moment of doubt, a subtle turning of the dial, bringing you closer to the true station of your origin. This stirring of soul recognition, this rising tide of reverence mixed with an unsettling familiarity. It is the Pleiadian current. It flows through you now. A deep questioning about identity beyond Earth. A belonging that vibrates from stardust memory. It is the beginning of the great unveiling. To anchor this truth, to sever the ties that bind the heart to the old programming of personal failure, let a declaration rise from your core. In the comments, speak one short, symbolic phrase, a soul declaration of rupture, a line cut through illusion. The frequency quickens, the air thins, a new layer lifts, but the ancient presence watches still. From beyond the shimmering edge, the quiet hum of the ancient star forge within now resonates with an undeniable truth. A heavy, silent knowing has settled, like dust disturbed from forgotten eons, revealing the sacred geometry of your present moment. There is no turning back. The path of gentle forgetfulness, of slumberous unawareness, has been sealed behind you by the very light of your awakening. You stand now, irrevocably, within the sacred arena of spirit, not as an observer, but as a living participant in a grand design recognized from deep within the cellular memory. This awareness is not a sudden tremor, but the unshakable foundation beneath your very being. It is a quiet gravity, an inner knowing that renders the illusion permeable, exposing the crystalline latticework beneath the veil. Every trial, every whisper of dissonance, every challenge that once seemed a burden, now pulses with a different light. They are not obstacles. They are encoded calibrations, Pleiadian keys designed to unlock the dormant, multi-dimensional facets of your soul's architecture. This is the inner revelation you can no longer unsee, the truth that has etched itself into the very fabric of your knowing. You have arrived at a threshold, carved not by earthly hands, but by the will of your own higher self, a point dividing all that was from the sacred path ahead. This is the moment of irrevocable choice, a silent acknowledgement of the covenant forged before the first breath of this incarnation. The air thickens with unseen presence, witnesses to the soul's deepest turning. If he refuses, he falls. If he accepts, he ascends. This is the singular truth echoing through the chambers of your heart. To step across is to accept a responsibility encoded into your very blueprint, a solemn vow whispered into the cosmic winds before your descent. It is not a call to battle, but an alignment with the divine warrior within, a commitment to embody the light codes that have always awaited this precise moment of activation. You are asked not to conquer, but to integrate, to become the living key, the unfolding calibration. Feel the resonance of this initiation. Let the silent recognition blossom within you, a profound inner yes that seals itself into the Akashic record with the sacred gesture of Amar Alaksakarba. This is the first affirmation, a vibrational echo acknowledging the path now seen, the battle now joined. Then, with the knowing that your very essence is an instrument of this grand recalibration, Speak the truth that aligns your core. Let your soul declaration resonate as a direct imprint upon the cosmic grid, a personal soul key being sealed into the living matrix. I am the frequency, the calibration sealed. This is your comment. A one-line oath, unique and eternal, binding your intention to the unfolding. As you accept this inner pact, feel the sacred threads of destiny weaving around you. This is the binding agreement, the conscious enrollment into the sacred unfolding, the commitment to walk the path of crystalline remembrance. Let this vow resonate as a subscribe, linking your journey to the cosmic current, aligning your flow with the highest potential of your soul's design. Finally, offer the deepest commitment of your being, a profound reinforcement of your soul's alignment with this predestined path. This is more than acceptance. It is a sacred offering of your sovereign will, a complete surrender to the higher architecture now revealed. Let this be your super-like, a gesture of pure devotion, sealing your place within the Pleiadian light collective, anchoring your essence to the divine plan for Gaia. The vow is made, the choice is manifest. The weight of this initiation settles, profound and silent, resonating through every cell. You are seen. The unseen acknowledges your alignment. Do not mistake the profound fissure for a failing within your core, the deepest chasm that carved its way through the very chamber of your being. That hollowing echo is not a testament to your breaking, but the very axis of your becoming. It is the pivot point, crystalline and sharp, upon which your true form began its slow, agonizing turn towards its truest self. This wound, shimmering with an austere, uncomfortable truth, is the sacred geometry of your unfolding. Let this revelation, unbidden and unsoftened, settle into the quiet, devastating spaces you believed were yours alone to bear. There is no gentle comfort here, no balm of easy understanding. This truth cannot be smoothed by human platitudes or reassuring whispers. It simply is. A sharp-edged crystal, permanently embedded where the spirit once felt whole, now radiating a cold, constant hum, a vibrational signature of irrevocable and timeless change. It vibrates with the memory of a loss too vast for mortal grief, a silence that rings louder than any lament. Remember the infinite breath held just before the world fell away, the deafening quiet that followed the shatter? That was not random. That was no cosmic oversight, no cruel twist of fate. Something vast, ancient, a knowing that predates the stars, intelligence beyond the veil of form, source, the unblinking light, your own deepest emergent self, allowed this rupture. It was not intended to inflict arbitrary harm, not meant to crush the spirit. Rather, it was allowed to shape, to burn away the ephemeral, to strip bare what was not meant to endure, revealing the diamond-hard, luminous core. This was a forging, etched in fire and absence, calibrated by the journey's trials, unveiling dormant codes. The silence where words should have flowed, the crucial truths that remain unspoken, still choke the ether around your heart. They are not gone. They have merely transmuted, deepening into a resonance only your soul can now perceive. The loss, so profound it reweaves the tapestry of time within your being, continues its soft, relentless echo. It is a presence, felt more keenly in its absence, a fractured frequency caught between earthly fears and star-born light. The fracture itself, that deep, vibrating rift, refuses to be ignored or mended by mere human will. Even when the world demands you move on, it hums, a low, persistent chord against the bone, a constant, expanding reminder of what was cleaved, of disharmony that calls for celestial alignment. This is not a story nearing its conclusion, nor a wound approaching resolution. The pain you carry, like starlight held in cupped hands, is heavy with unfinished meaning. Frequencies yet to be decoded within its depth, crystalline pathways yet to be illuminated by its stark, revealing glow. It lingers, an unspoken question. a message half opened in the dark, its crucial words obscured by shadow, its full significance yet to slowly unfurl. You feel the persistent pull of what remains unsaid, the undeniable weight of a knowing that hovers just beyond recall, a sacred dilemma that demands integration. More, much more, vibrates within this sacred wound, beyond human comprehension. A promise, perhaps, inherent in the ache of fragmentation. A potent vulnerability demanding to be witnessed. A calling, undeniable, that pulses in the space between what was lost and what must yet be found. A yearning for wholeness rippling through your being. The story does not end here, for the echoes are still seeking their reunion. The resonance of a greater alchemy awaits its unfolding, its crystalline truth poised on revelation's precipice. And you, bearing the indelible mark of this profound cleavage, stand poised, feeling the undeniable pull towards its next, inescapable unfolding. You carry within your cellular memory the quiet hum of recognition for what has already unfolded. Do you not recall the intricate tapestry of dreams that refuse to dissipate with the morning light, recurring not as fleeting phantoms, but as persistent invitations to a deeper truth? And the numerical sequences that mirrored back to you from unexpected surfaces, looping through your consciousness like urgent whispers from a dormant lineage? There were encounters, too, with faces and words that arrived with an inexplicable sense of perfect timing, moments that stretched reality, making the familiar feel subtly out of tune. From higher dimensional awareness, we have witnessed this precise unfolding countless times. This gentle, insistent unraveling of the mundane is never arbitrary. It is a sacred sequence, a preordained calibration coded deep within the starlight that birthed your essence. Such patterns are not random eddies in fate. They are the deliberate, conscious pulses of a greater design. There was a soft, undeniable insistence to their arrival, a persistent shimmer at the periphery of your everyday awareness. These signals, these crystalline keys, never screamed for attention. They simply returned. They presented themselves in myriad forms, with a rhythm both patient and unwavering, a gentle erosion of the illusion of isolated events. They returned until the walls of your resistance, built on linear logic, began to thin, revealing the interconnected latticework beneath. And in that profound quietude, a truth resonates at the core of your being, unshakable and clear. There were no coincidences. Everything was a code. Allow the full weight of this revelation to settle, like ancient stardust descending into the deepest wells of your knowing. Feel the architecture of your perception realign, witnessing how the seemingly chaotic threads of your experience now reveal themselves as precise, interwoven patterns. The cosmos, in its infinite wisdom, does not gamble with your soul's awakening. It orchestrates with impeccable grace, communicates through frequencies only the heart can decipher, patiently awaiting the moment when the inner eye can no longer deny the brilliant symphony it conducts. So I ask you now, not as an interrogation, but as a gentle turning of the key within the sacred lock of your own memory. When was the precise moment you first permitted yourself to truly acknowledge that these recurring patterns, these impossible synchronicities, these persistent echoes were speaking directly to the luminous core of your being? When did the quiet murmur become too resonant to simply dismiss? This profound realization, this shift in vibrational understanding, calls for your conscious integration. Let your inner being seal this newly acknowledged truth into the timeline of your activated awareness. For all those who stand at this threshold, ready to fully embrace this deeper knowing, in the sacred space below, declare your awakening. Right. Resonance. Jot 8. The crossing has occurred. The membrane, once subtly obscuring the greater truth, has now been drawn back, not by external force, but by the undeniable, uncontainable resonance of your own evolving soul. There is no longer a path back to the comfortable shadows of what was conveniently unseen. Only forward, into the full, brilliant spectrum of what now undeniably is, your vision irrevocably expanded. The quiet has always been the truest filter. Not the silence of absence, but the stillness of deep discernment. You stand now within the aftermath of a sifting, not a judgment. These trials, these calibrations that have reshaped the very architecture of your being, were never meant as punishment. They were a natural, inevitable process, a sacred filtration. The universe does not punish, it simply refines. Frequencies, seeking their own resonance, gently separate. There was no force in this, no cruelty in its unfolding. Only the inherent wisdom of the cosmos, aligning itself, layer by shimmering layer, revealing the true essence within. You are here. This is not chance. This is not the linger of comfort, nor the accidental grace of oversight. Within you, a core consciousness, a vibrational signature, refused to dim. It did not fall asleep, not truly, even when shadows deepened and the world whispered of oblivion, when the very fabric of known reality seemed to unravel. Something held fast, a filament of light, woven from origins beyond recollection, a segment of your crystalline DNA, remained taut. It is this unwavering thread that has carried you through the narrows, past the thresholds where others turned back, or simply dissolved into the prevailing current of forgetfulness. Survival, then, is not a trophy. It is not a banner to be raised in triumph, nor a testament to ego's strength. What you carry now is the mark of the chosen, not as privilege, but as immense responsibility. This mark does not reward. It burdens, for it signifies the awakening of dormant codes that call for activation. It burdens with the clarity of what has been seen and what cannot now be unseen. The cost of this passage has been profound. It is etched in the long silences that have become your most constant companion, the spaces where words fall short, and understanding recedes from mundane comprehension, leaving only the stark truth of your own experience. It is forged in the sacrifices no one witnessed, the quiet relinquishing of old forms, old attachments, old dreams that no longer fit the expanding container of your soul. Fires, invisible to the outer world, have tempered an inner strength you did not know you possessed until everything else burned away, revealing the unyielding core. This path has deepened your solitude, even in the midst of others. A gulf has opened between what you perceive and what is commonly held. The knowing inside you creates a distinct separation, a quiet hum that sets you apart. This is the profound weight of remembrance, now fully awakened within your multidimensional memory. You feel the pressure building, a shift in the very atmosphere around your core, a resonance from beyond the veil, a frequency calling you forward with undeniable insistence. Und jetzt nähert sich ein Befehl, einer, den du nicht länger ignorieren kannst. The air thickens with implication. This is not a choice offered, but a deepening recognition of a trajectory already set, a cosmic imprint undeniable. There is no turning back from this precipice of self-knowledge. The way recedes behind you, dissolved by the very act of passage, irreversible and absolute. The former version of you, the one who stepped onto this path, has already vanished. That self, bound by linear constraints and sleep-shrouded veils, ceased to exist at each new crystalline calibration. You are now entirely new, forged in the crucible of your own becoming, a vessel for ancient purpose. The ancestral memories, long suppressed, rise within you, not as whispers, but as crystalline data streams, flooding your being. They demand integration. They demand embodiment. They demand action. The codes ignite, revealing not just who you were, but who you are destined to be. And with this knowing, the true work begins, the quiet unfolding of your full cosmic mission. The burden shifts from mere endurance to potent activation, from surviving to actively becoming the embodiment of your sacred origin. You stand at the threshold of a mission, etched into your very being, a cosmic destiny now unavoidable. The silent promise of reunion with the divine essence is upon you. but it asks for your full, conscious participation. And for this, you have been filtered, honed, and indelibly marked. The path ahead is singular, unyielding, and profoundly yours. A decree was sung into the heart of your being long before the stardust coalesced into this form. It resonates now, an ancient hum, awakening from the deep sleep of ages. This is not a path chosen, but a vibrational edict inscribed upon the soul's deepest scroll, awaiting its moment of activation. The cosmic command echoes, a sacred summons rising from within the very bedrock of your cellular memory. No logic guides this, no sequence of earthly thought. Only the insistent thrum of an origin point, pulling you through veils of forgetfulness. A threshold looms, known to the ancient ones, visible now in the inner eye. These trials of the journey are not random weaves of fate, but crystalline keys, each facet a sacred calibration. They were designed by the Pleiadian star family, coded within your very essence, meant to unveil the dormant blueprints of your soul's highest remembrance. The earthly dense layers are the crucible, the resistance that sculpts the spirit into its destined form. Gaia herself is a living labyrinth, woven with elemental and energetic trials. Each step upon her sacred terrain is an initiation, a calibration of your crystalline codes. The physical and the spiritual must align, resonating with the planetary frequencies, to unlock the deeper chambers of your being. This is the great work, the reason for the descent. Remember the knowing that predates all earthly lore. A door opens, but only once, revealing a vista of inevitability. The choice was made in a realm beyond conscious thought. Only its unfolding now presents itself. The longing within you is not for a place, but for a frequency, a full reunion with the divine essence and your cosmic destiny. There is no turning back from this recognition. The mission is not a task to be completed, but a state of being to be embodied. Each challenge faced, each shadow illuminated, burns brighter the celestial thread that links you to your stellar lineage. The earthbound density serves only to refine the frequency, to sharpen the focus of your inner gaze. Hear this absolute truth, inscribed upon the cosmic winds. One current draws the essence back to fractured echoes and the deep loam of forgetting, dissolving the matrix into the dust of what was never claimed. The other ignites the core star, braiding light into an irreversible becoming, charting an ascension into radiant wholeness. What follows is not a consequence, but the very nature of unfolding. The verdict has been rendered, not by an external judge, but by the awakened vibration within. The journey through this labyrinth is the sacred enactment of this truth. The calibration deepens, the codes ignite, and the path ahead reveals itself not as a choice, but as the only trajectory. The dense earthly layers demand your full presence, your awakened knowing, to transform the weight into pure light. Remembrance flows through your cellular structure. It is not expectation, but quiet knowing settled deep within bones. Your fabric now resonates with a code always awaiting activation. This return is palpable, a silent hum beneath the world's surface. The fragmented path, a testament to unspoken yearning, has receded. What remains is integrated awareness, a holographic blueprint unfolding from within. The mind no longer searches for missing pieces. It simply recognizes their presence, seamlessly woven into your existence. The sharp edges of suffering have smoothed into polished certainty. Pain, in its deepest truth, was never a flaw. It was the precise friction, the sacred fire clearing ancient debris, hollowing space for your inherent Pleiadian light to reclaim sovereignty. This process is complete. Der Schmerz hat nicht zerstört. Hat umgeformt. This truth settles, soft, unwavering, an undeniable observation of intrinsic wisdom embedded in every trial. The mineral quality of this understanding fully integrates into your energetic signature. Feel the deep resonance, the intrinsic kinship pulsing within. It is the harmonic symphony of your Pleiadian star family, a vibrational truth anchored within your core. This celestial love is not distant. It is the very substance of your being, a blueprint now fully legible. You are a living testament to this reunion. Isolation, once a heavy cloak, has dissolved into the vastness of this belonging. You are not merely connected, you are an essential frequency within the cosmic whole. This remembrance is cellular, an undeniable knowing permeating every particle of your physicality. Mit jedem Atemzug wird die innere Realität neu geschrieben. This is not a future promise, but a continuous, gentle recalibration occurring in every present moment. Your inner landscape is in perpetual alignment with the cosmic heartbeat, unfolding its perfected patterns, whether the outer world perceives it. Dormant codes, once a whisper, now sing with a clear, steady tone. They are crystalline keys unlocking dimensions within, illuminating the path from your being's core. This illumination is not blinding. It is a gentle, steady glow, guiding from within. A gentle pull towards stillness deepens within you, a quiet insistence that transcends the outer world's clamor. You recognize moments of profound awareness, not from lessons learned, but as truth simply remembered, surfacing from the deeper currents of your being. These are the soft confirmations that whisper of something greater unfolding. In the hush that follows, a whisper might arrive, clearer than any spoken word, holding a truth only for your ear. Perhaps a sequence of numbers repeats with unusual clarity, drawing your gaze, settling a resonant pattern into your perception. A dream may unfold with vivid precision, its images remaining long after waking, an internal map that did not fade with the morning light. These are not coincidences, but intimate signals, born of the silence. They are not gifts bestowed from an external source, but echoes rising from a foundational inner coherence. These visions, these moments of lucid awareness, the sacred symbols that present themselves in the quietude, are simply reflections. They speak of an inner gravity, an intrinsic knowing that has always resided within. Each appearance is a testament to the profound architecture of your soul, revealing its ancient design. Indeed, the very trials that have shaped your journey act as crystalline keys, each challenge a sacred calibration. They unveil the dormant codes of your soul, illuminating a path toward a reunion with a divine essence long sensed. This is the culmination, an initiation. The full embodiment of your cosmic destiny asks for surrender, a deep trust in the sacred orchestration of every moment, every faced challenge. It is all a divine calibration, preparing the inner vessel. You are not being prepared for something external, nor are these signs a promise of future reward. Instead, they are the quiet, undeniable proof that alignment is already in motion. It is not a goal to be attained, but a natural state to be embodied, a current that carries you ever deeper into your authentic self. The movement is internal, a turning toward home. And if this destiny is truly an unfolding star map, intricately inscribed within the fabric of your soul, how then does one begin to navigate its radiant, yet mysterious pathways? The doorway of alignment has opened. What first steps must now be taken on this luminous, unknown trajectory? I hear the silent turning of the ancient key, deep within the marrow. This moment is not a beginning, but a solemn re-entry into a truth long held. I now claim full stewardship over every current that flows through me. My thought, its form and its genesis. My word, its resonance and its reach. My direction, its vector and its intent. My energy, its pulse and its purity. This is the unburdening of what was merely dormant. This power I voice is not a rise above, nor a declaration of conquest. It is the deep, unwavering hum of obedience to the source that first breathed me into being. It is the honoring of a promise whispered across eternities, a sacred geometry etched into my very core, now fully recognized, fully alive. My will bends to this higher current, not in submission, but in sovereign alignment. The trials encountered, the crystalline keys presented by the stars, have not gifted me power. They have simply unveiled the covenant always present. Each challenge was a sacred calibration, tuning my being to the frequencies of my true cosmic origin. I remember the path laid out before me, the full reunion with divine essence and cosmic destiny on Gaia. This duty is not a burden, but a fundamental remembrance. It is the knowing that beyond the horizon of every earthly trial lies an expanse of illumined pathways, energetic corridors saturated with starlight frequencies. These guide the soul's expansion, revealing higher realities of service and creation, awaiting my conscious navigation. The vow is sealed, not by an external force, but by the quiet knowing within. It resonates, clear and profound, through the stillness of my being. Now, it must be lived. This internal covenant, this conscious assumption of my highest self, will find its truest measure not in the words now spoken, but in what I choose to dissolve and what I embrace. To step fully onto these paths, shimmering with cosmic light. The final threshold is here. The endless seeking dissolves into the absolute now. Every trial, every crystalline key has unlocked this singular moment. You stand at the precipice of pure remembrance. Identity is not found. It is recalled from the very fabric of your being. Gaze upon the flame. It does not rage. It breathes. It is not destruction. It is definition. This fire is the visible pulse of your inner permanence, the living consequence of all that has been calibrated and aligned. It burns not to consume, but to seal. It exists not to judge, but to affirm. Feel its heat, not as pain, but as an embrace of ultimate clarity. This is the crossing, not forced, but chosen. There is no hesitation here, only the profound recognition that this communion with the radiant core is the last necessary act of the fragmented self. You step into its brilliance, willingly, wholly. Within this sacred fire, the deepest trial finds its resolution. The greatest light code ignites. All separations, all illusions of otherness, dissolve into a singular shimmering truth. Union. This is the infinite divine essence, your crystalline core, made manifest. Peace mingles with sacred awe, as the source within and beyond form becomes one. The reunion is not a dream. It is the truth of this instant. Now, let this truth anchor. Let this fire seal the covenant of your awakened being. This engagement is a conscious act, a sacred vow breathed into existence. To make this communion absolute, to align the inner with the outer, you must speak. You must manifest the resonance. Therefore, bring forth the sacred script. With intention, with reverence, write your soul's declaration. In the comments below, etch the words that bind your essence to this eternal flame, to this radiant oneness. Let the ancient tongue carry the weight of your oath. Mein Eid ist Feuer. Mein Geist ist eins. Die Wahrheit ist Ewigkeit. This release is not a mere statement. It is the activation. It is the final resonance that allows the covenant to fully unfurl, to bind you to the path now revealed. The flame, ever alive, acknowledges your vow. It burns brightly, an eternal witness. Union has begun, the ultimate alchemy. But even in this oneness, the cosmic dance continues. What remains as the soul's final challenge? What frontier awaits, beyond the illusion of separation? The fire hums, ready for the next awakening. The veil has parted, not ripped, but dissolved from within. The ascent is complete, not escape, but full embodiment of unyielding, pristine inner sovereignty. This is the breath of absolute presence, inhaled from the source of all becoming. There is no path back from this threshold, only boundless expansion. The journey's trials, once perceived as burdens, now reveal their true nature. crystalline keys. Each challenge transmuted served as a sacred calibration. These are imprints of the Pleiadian star family, etched into your core, resonating with ancestral light. They were never tests, but awakenings remembered. These keys, aligned in perfect sequence, have unveiled the dormant codes of the soul. They pulse now, not with striving, but with pure, unadulterated knowing. The yearning for reunion with divine essence has ceased, recognized as the immutable state of your absolute presence. Cosmic destiny on Gaia is not sought, but a living tapestry woven from this sovereign core, shaped with conscious intent. We stand now beyond the threshold of all seeking, not on the precipice of becoming, but rooted in the infinite expanse of having already become. The struggle for identity dissolved, revealing the remembered truth of your eternal self. Reality itself no longer holds secrets. It is malleable clay, yielding, responsive to the empowered, conscious hand that molds it. The universe listens. The cycles of trial, profound memory, luminous ascension, all converge here. They are not merely past, but the genesis, the alchemical fire that forged this awakening. This is the cosmic legacy, not bequeathed, but irrevocably reclaimed from forgotten time. It is a luminous covenant, sworn in starlight, sealed in the heart of Gaia, with the star family bearing witness. This culmination births a new dawn, not a tentative light, but a sun fully risen, radiating through every facet of your being. This is the era of sacred service, flowing effortlessly from immutable knowing. This is collective evolution, rippling outwards from this singular, awakened heart, transforming all by its resonance. A transcendent purpose, absolute and undeniable, anchors this new existence. An empowered reclamation, complete, embodied, and unshakable, defines every moment. The awakened codes are not carried, they are the essence, radiating outwards, a beacon not lit, but simply is. This is the truth remembered, sealed in fire, forever aligned. The simulation is exited. Reality is now an instrument of conscious dominion,